What's up, guys? Let's get straight to it. So, Charlie, you saw the title. Shatawale is making some powerful moves, and before people realize it, it will be too late. Let's get into the story. So, we all saw the Shattafest, right? The record-breaking concert or festival in the entire of Africa. 673,000 people in attendance. Now, this number, for me, I still believe is higher. But of course, if it's high and some people are saying it is low, you take an average. And so 673,000 right about will make sense. Shatta has proven that he is a powerhouse when it comes to entertainment and a force to reckon with within Ghana and the entire sub-region, right? Now, what are these power moves I'm talking about? So you see, for a long time, Shatawale had a specific demeanor, a public persona where he was always ranting and going about things the way he wants to go about it, the Shatta way. Now, when you come at him or when you say something he doesn't like, he will come at you fire for fire. He doesn't care who you are. He doesn't care which entity it is. So long as you are attacking his person or you are attacking his product or even what brings food on the table for him, he will come at you. And why did Shatawale take this route? Very simple. Shatawale is one of those artists that came onto the Ghanaian music scene with such joy, and hope that things were going to be better for him because he struggled. This is someone who came from a home that had almost everything for him as a child to thrive. And when broken homes set in, it doesn't mean that things weren't good. Of course, emotionally, maybe things were a bit on the other side, but financially, the house was still good. The father still thriving with money, and he could have just stayed put, followed instructions, and be good. Like he always said, he had wanted to become a lawyer, a pilot, or maybe even become a president of a sort. And maybe today, who knows, Shatawale could be a pilot or even a lawyer. But no, he came out of all that, ventured on the streets because he felt a higher calling. And that higher calling was to become a musician that is meant to inspire the youth, give them hope, and make them see that there is something bigger ahead of them in spite of all the challenges and things they may be going through currently. And so that was Shatawale's hope coming into the industry in 2004 with a monster hit Mokoho, which he featured Tiny, one of Ghana's prolific rappers of all time. What happened to Shatawale? It's very simple. After that hit record, he brought up a few other songs as well, and then from nowhere he vanished. Now, according to Shatawale, the system didn't deal well with him. There were a lot of things that weren't just going well when it comes to royalties, when it comes to certain gatekeepers in the industry just sitting on the artist instead of allowing the artist be the artist and let the artist eat from what they have worked for. That was the problem. And so when Shatawale went cold, when nothing was working for him, he decided to take things into his own hands. What did he do? Very simple. He decided to, one, learn to play beats himself because there is no money. This is someone who was hustling on the streets and going through stuff, tough times. There was no money, nothing. So he decided that instead of sitting around and going studio to studio and perhaps begging people to record, let me learn how to record myself, which he did. He also partnered with some studios like Apietus, where he was there almost all the time. Maybe he was working for them or doing something, but he was in the studios learning a thing or two for himself. Now, before we knew it, Shatawale was back in the news again somewhere 2013 with the name Shatawale. We knew him as Bandana before, but all of a sudden, fresh guy out with Shatta City a song that was making waves in the ghettos, and all of a sudden, the whole VGMA commotion, and then he dropped Dancehall King. And he's been a talk of the town till date. Now, Shatta was able to prove beyond doubt that there is money in the industry and that there should be respect for those that are considered important when it comes to the arts, the artist, the musician. So Shatta decided that if you are not going to show me the respect that I'm due, then of course I'm going to fight. And that is exactly what Shatta did. He decided to fight, not just for himself, but for the entire industry, for the other musicians who couldn't speak because the system had tied them down. You know, this is a system where when you decide to speak up as an artist to rightfully take what is yours or what belongs to you, you'll be sabotaged. You will not get shows to play and your songs will be taken off the radio. This happened to Shatta. But guess what? He had a formidable team, and that is the fan base. Shatta decided to start something new, which is a fan basis and tying them to your music. Although it may have its own disadvantages, we saw the biggest advantage for the Ghanaian musician. The fan bases helped build a new Ghanaian industry where loyalty was tied to a specific message, not just the person, but the message. And through the message, people came to love the messenger. And that has been the Shatta story till date. After the Shattafest, Shatta has been moving to say thank you to key partners. One of them was MTN Momo. But today, Shatta visited the offices of Shatta House. We all know the story. Shatta Shatta House, awards. It's been a long, 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 long battle. But Shatta is open to partnerships. This is not about going back to the award scheme. It's about thanking them for offering key help when he needed them. Now, when it comes to event organization in this country, one of those homes or portals where you can respect is Shatta House. Shatta House, I said Shatta House. That's a beautiful one, you see? It's Shatta House. And they were able to come through because this was only 13 days to the event. And if anybody could have pulled out, that would be Shatta House. And they did just that. And so Shatta went there to say thank you. But now, the difference is that when Shatta is out there saying thank you, Shatta goes there with the power hand. Because this is the guy who didn't follow the usual route. He took his own path. And he comes back one of the richest artists. He comes as one of the most powerful artists. He comes back as the biggest artist in Ghana. He comes out as the most respected brand when it comes to music in the entire country. There is no platform you would say you won't put Shatta on. Now he's made a stamp of authority and he's made his name well known and the power he truly harnesses available to you all to see. And thank God that Shattafest actually happened. Now, this is the shift. There is no comparison to anyone because Shatta is in his own lane. He kept on saying he is not part of the Ghana music industry. He is an industry on his own. This is not to say that he doesn't respect his colleagues. This is to say that there is a lot more to him that a lot of people do not see. And so today, if Shatta has been able to achieve this feat, and he has great partners like Chatter House and MTN Momo, it is only right to go back and say thank you. But this is not just saying thank you. This is just Shatta putting a word out there that we, the musicians, are stronger than you think. We, the musician or the acts, are really powerful than you think. It can be Stoneboy, it can be Sarkodie, it can be Medical, but whoever it is, we need to be given that respect because we command a lot more than you credit us for. And that was what this whole message is about. And so for the next phase, Shatta will go into any boardroom, not as a beggar, like the way it used to be. When any artist is going into any boardroom, they are not the number one. They are always coming in to beg. Shatawale goes in as an equal partner, and if not, even the higher person out there. So what he says will be respected. That is the power of an artist. That is the power of Shatawale, and that is the empowerment Shatta movement gave Shatawale to get to this very point, devoid of the sabotages in the industry. And so, if you're out there thinking that Shatawale's brand is now becoming more attractive, it has always been attractive. You just didn't see it. You missed the point. But in light of everything that is happening, we, the Shatta movement, are grateful. And I want to say kudos to Sammy Barflex for doing an amazing job with the entire team. Juwade, Solash, Julio, who is a very quiet person, laid back behind the scenes all the time. Mawina, you guys are doing a great deal of work. And I know with time, a lot more will come to appreciate what the Shatawale brand actually is and what this brand can do for Ghana as a country. But above all, it has brought some respect to the entire entertainment industry, and the whole of Africa, the whole world are gradually and seriously paying attention to this whole thing. This is Shatta Movement, and this is the new power brand Shatawale is becoming. And hopefully, we will take the brand where it truly belongs. Peace.